What is going on, everybody? Welcome into today's video. We're going to be 1v1ing people using my AEM strategy. I haven't seen anybody else do this, and this would be the most perfect way to show you guys a little bit of backtesting, but with like a fun aspect of cooking people in 1v1s. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and announce yesterday's giveaway winner right here. It was Koi72. So go ahead and DM me on Discord if you're watching this. I already sent you a reply on YouTube. But congratulations, you won a 50K account with My Funded Futures. So just DM me on Discord. I'm going to go ahead and get that sent over to you. And since I got so much support on this video, I'm going to be going ahead and doing another giveaway in this video. So all you have to do is just drop a comment in the comment section, and I'll be giving away another 50K My Funded Futures account. So for those of you guys who have never heard of the software I'm using, it's called Chart Champs. Not sponsored or anything, but I would definitely take one because this is a really sick software. And basically, you can join tournaments. You can just 1v1 people. They have unranked and they have ranked. So let's go ahead and get straight into the charts. Okay, so I just made a completely fresh new account on Chart Champs. I used to have one, but all of the data was messed up because I was kind of just messing around. But for this account, I'm completely reset at 500 ELO. You can see in the top right hand corner. So I'm excited to go ahead and get started. But first, let's kind of just like look around. So we have a ranked online. We have backtesting, or I guess it's just backtesting like FX replay. We have a daily challenge here. I think we'll have to take that up. Okay, so here we have what's called a daily challenge here. Let's go ahead and just start it. Okay, so I just hopped onto what's called the daily challenge. I'm about to try this out and let's just see what I can do here. So it looks like we're on the 4-hour. Price is extremely weak, and we're also on a Tuesday. So let's just see. Prices, all right, so we were displacing downwards real quick. Gonna do my little key signature move. Oh, this fib is disgusting. All right, we have a rebalanced equilibrium already. All right, it looks like we have some news here. So I guess I could technically full port the news if I really wanted. Okay, so what I'm looking at here is that we have all of these internal lows sitting right here. We have news kind of during this time. And then we can basically see price is trying to rebalance this leg. I don't think we'll inverse this to the upside. It looks like we have a, 15 minute. Let's just see how price reacts to this. Okay, price is now inversing, and we just ran out all of this buy side liquidity. So now my next target is basically this buy side, but first I want to see how price trades into this. Okay, on top of that, let's just measure out this new price leg and see if we can get a pullback to equilibrium, which matches up with this 15-minute internal low. There we go, and we tapped into this fair value gap. So now I'm looking for long entries here because price rebalanced this leg, tapped into a fair value gap. So now I'm going to scale down the time frame. All right, so now all we have to do is just find some sort of entry here. Okay, so it looks like we formed a fair value gap right there, and we got to close above. So let's go ahead and enter a long position. This is kind of weird. I wish you could do contracts. Let's do about 20% and see how much that is. All right, so here's my long entry. All right, so we're already cooking. How many points are we up here? All right, nothing too crazy. All right, we're just going to be targeting here as our first zone. All right, so right now I'll be taking out some partials, but I'm kind of just looking. I want to see how this gets hit because price is creating what's called LR, so low resistance liquidity. I want to see how price reacts to this. And then if price trades a little bit lower, oh my God, I know that did not just happen. Okay, take profit was hit. We're gonna go ahead and close out of this trade. So bang. I could probably take partials here if I wanted, but first trade is a win. Quick little recap. What I waited for is basically I waited for price to rebalance this this leg up, which was this leg right here. So I waited for price to rebalance that at 50%. We had this fair value gap on the 5-minute. Price traded into it, and then we had a 1-minute inversion to the upside right here. So now we're at the next day here, and we have some red folder news, it looks like right here. Yeah, we got red folder news. First thing I'm marking out is that we have this inversion right here. It is hard to tell. We might have had some sort of SMT at the highs, which that would be a game changer. I would short here if that was the case, because this does look like my AEM setup if we did have some sort of SMT here, but there's no way to really tell. So here's my first buy side level, and then here's my second buy side level. Basically, we're going to see what news does here, so let's go to the 3-minute. This looks like my AEM strategy, and I know there's an SMT right here, but there's no way to prove it, which is a little unfortunate because it looks pretty bearish here. And then this is a very prominent low. I'm going to mark this out as my sell side draw on liquidity. So let's just see what price wants to do. Okay, boom. All right, so we swept out the high, Now the next level I'm looking at is potentially this one, but we're going to see if we get some sort of inversion, all right? So let's see. All right, I'm not liking this time frame. I'm going to switch up to the 3 minute. 3 minutes, kind of crappy too, so let's go to the 2 minute. Yeah, this is kind of bad PA. This kind of looks like bank holiday volume. We do have this 5 minute though. So here's my 5 minute condition. Basically, I want to see it close below this. The only issue here is that we have a stacked fair value gaps, which if you guys have been following along on my channel, you know you can't take an entry if they're stacked fair value gaps. And it looks like it might play out anyways. Okay, that's why you don't take stacked fair value gaps, because you would have got your entry down here, wouldn't have worked. All right, so whatever this 930 candle is, this is going to be a good way to basically look for price to trade in the buy side. All right, we just formed a liquidity sweep and then inversion right here. This will be my PRR setup, but let's wait for our pullback so we can hit an AEM trade. Oh, there was our pullback and I missed it right there. Okay, that would have been the pullback, was this wick right here, and it looks like that thing would have cooked. So unfortunate that we didn't get to take it, but it's all right. All right, so now we're hopped into the ranked 1v1s right here. So this is going to be pretty interesting. We did just do a little bit of some warming up on the daily challenge. So this will be pretty interesting to see how this goes. So I'll see you when this finally finds me a partner. Alrighty, so we just got paired up with a person. Let's go ahead and check out the charts here. Alright, we got buy side. And then we have more buy side right here. We got fair value gap on the 15 minute. Alright, now let's go ahead and go to the 4 hour. Okay, 4 hour is looking stagnant. So all right, so 4 hour is looking pretty accumulative, so it's accumulating. All right, let's just go ahead and fast forward a bit. All right, so price is trading into this fair value gap, high time frame PDRA. We're gonna look for a potential reversal around here. Scale down the time frame, see if we can get an inversion on one of these. I think this is a short worth taking. I think it's worth taking right here, just because it's a rebalance. Even though it's a 1 minute, which is lower probability, the risk to reward on this, it's an 8-point stop. This thing could actually cook, so might as well take it just because, even if it stops us out. And we just got a second inversion. Now, moving my break even is very important, so I want to see how price reacts to this other FVG, which is right here. All right. So, okay, we got to close below, so I'm pretty confident here. My stop loss will be at break even, so. All right, there we go. And we did just hit that level. I'm just going to go ahead. I wish there was a way to trail your stop. Crap, there's no way. All right, I'm going to take off. I was trying to take off partials, but all right, so it looks like I would have got my partials off and the rest stopped for break even, but we went ahead and took a win right here. I kind of want to size up a little bit, but it's all good. Go ahead and go to the 15 minute. Now we're looking at price to trade above this buy side. That is crazy. All right, let's look at all right, so the inversion, there's multiple, which is something I don't always like to see, but this does look pretty good for a pre-market short if we can get a pullback. So I'd be taking an AEM only. All right, there's our pullback. We're shorting again with our stop loss sitting at the high. And then we're going to be very careful here about where we're putting our orders, or sorry, our take profits. All right, so here's my break-even point. Officially a risk-free trade. And then we did just sweep out this level and clear that out. I'm going to go ahead and take profit. So we've hit two wins right here. So that was an AEM short. And let's see if this trade plays out, or if it runs back to break even. It looks like it's playing out. This guy still has not taken a trade. Now we're kind of just seeing if price will run for this internal low. Kind of want to see price run for the internal low, and then maybe we can take a long entry. Market still isn't open. This was a completely pre-market trade. So 15 minute looks like price might respect this bullish gap, which will give us further confirmation. And real quick, let's just go ahead and clear off the chart. It's good to keep your mind fresh here. So, all right, price closed below. So now I'm looking to see where price will reverse. Are we going to reverse after we sweep this? Are we going to reverse after we hit maybe some sort of 4 hour fair value gap, or right here? So these are all the levels I'm looking at. All right, so we hit our final one, and then we do have sell side liquidity down here. So we're going to scale down the time frame, maybe the 3 minute. We're just going to see the kind of reactions we get here. It would be nice to take a long off of this, but we have stacked fair value gaps, and that breaks the rules. So we can't take that. Market isn't open yet, so it looks like price could end up trading lower. All right, let's see how price reacts off of opening and then trading in this range. So let's see. All right, 9:30 open. Let's see how price trades. All right, so basically I see right here that we have a rebalance to equilibrium at open, and then we have a 3 minute inversion to the upside. We'd have a very fast break even because there's another one right here. Something to be cautious about, to be honest. And then we have buy side, so I would take a long position, but with very low size here. All right. Once price runs this, all right, so this is my take profit. I would also bring my stop loss to break even, but I'll manually do that. Actually, I'm just going to do it here in case we get some sort of short. And there you go. Now price is respecting that 3 minute. This would be an AEM long, but for further confirmation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for price to inverse this fair value gap to the upside, and that will create an A plus AEM long right here because price is already respecting this. Now we just got to see if it does this. Very mixed signals here, sweeping out internal low. Let's go ahead and clean up the chart. Okay, price is inversing to the downside. Let's scale up the time frame here. Looks like Johnny over here, who we are 1v1ing, is taking a win. I'll probably have him beat though, to be honest, because I'm the GOAT. So we're gonna go the 1 hour. 1 hour is looking very interesting. I want to see how this 1 hour closes. It's also 11 a.m., so we can expect a reversal. Wow, I should not have fast forwarded that on the 1 hour. Okay, so we're extremely bullish here because price ended up just sweeping out this low down here. And it's 11 a.m., so time and price is aligning. I want to see price fill this fair value gap. Actually, I'm going to clean the screen up a bit. I want to see price basically trade into here, rebalance this leg to equilibrium, and then we'll take a long. Yeah, we're probably not going to catch one. I accidentally fast forwarded too far, but this would have been a good long area because it's 11 a.m. Alrighty, so we just got another opponent. It looks like we're trading against NQ for life. Complete cornball over here. So, we got to cook them. This is not what I want to see. We have basically no data to be going off of here, just low resistance liquidity and displacement downwards. So there's no way to basically see where price is going to go. So we're going to have to be very careful here because this is just straight consolidation, low key. So let's just wait, see if we can get some sort of, I think a data candle is going to help us. So it looks like we have something. We have Jolt's job openings. At least we're generating some sell side here. Let's just see what price does. All right, okay. All right, so price is trading at this buy side right here, and we're trading into this fair value gap. I'm getting kind of bearish here. No confirmation, short entry would go crazy. All right, I'm gonna short here. I'm gonna be using a little bit more size. We'll see how, short liquidation right there. Okay, if this doesn't hit, we're cooked. Anyways, all right, we're shorting. Y'all, I don't know. Oh, okay, all right, bet. So we got this right here. Honestly, I wish I could have sold down here for an extra 100 points, but I accidentally fast forwarded it. I don't know. I think it's smart if we close out like 90% of the position and see if we can get a little bit extra runners. All right, I guess not. It's chill. All right, so I'm out of that position. I would have sold at the bottom, but went too far. So I think this guy, that just counted that as a loss, which is kind of crazy. We have 100% win rate. That would have got stopped at break even. Looks like we're getting another hit for a potential short. And all right, this is kind of bullish here. Reason why is because you can see we swept out liquidity. We had this inversion, and then we took out buy side up here, but we still left behind this fair value gap. And this fair value gap was on the way to rebalance this one. So shorts do look good, but I'm not taking it. Or sorry, I meant longs. Y'all aren't gonna believe me. Price is trading up into here. That's pretty valid. Price is gonna want to try to rebalance some sort of FEG, which we have one right here that I'm gonna be looking at. 4 hours not looking so sharp. We do have this key level. I want to see if price will maybe trade up into there. And then we can look for some sort of rebalance short. That was a close below. That definitely was a close below. All right, we'll wait for the AEM strategy where, all right, that is cooked. Now we're going to see if price will give us some sort of entry here. So we got to scale down. We got our entry. Let's go ahead and short. Yo, hold on, I got to exit this. That counted as a loss too. That's a little crazy. All right, there's my short. Oh, this is not the best level I want here, so. Oh my God. All right, so we just almost stopped me out by what, like a tick? But this would be an A+ because price created a new inversion. So all we can do here is just make our break even this level. Still is a very solid setup. All right. So now price has hit that level. I'm going to go ahead and close out the majority of my position just for safety. So I'm closing out about 90%. See if we can get runners for this 11 a.m. low. I'm just going to go ahead and TP. So, all right, we're up 3 bands. We have not taken a loss yet, I don't think. Yeah, we have not taken a loss, even though it says 2 losses. That is not accurate. So as you guys saw, that was a 100% win rate backtesting session on Chart Champs, and we used the PRR strategy and the AEM only. Alrighty guys, so that's my last 1v1 of this video. If you guys would like to see more Chart Champs content, just leave a comment below. And like I said earlier in the video, I will be doing another 50K account giveaway, so just comment anything below in the comment section and I will pick a winner. All the winners are announced in my Discord like the last one and on the next video. So there you guys have it. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.